Hi, this is Cable X. Now, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, but I'm currently doing one at home and there's no one here, except for one of my children not at home anyway. So I'm doing a quick live, um, talking about the Iran war. And if you notice, the title of this stream is Iran War Chatham House Connection. Because before I go on, let me just outline what Chatham House is. Chatham House is known as the Royal Institute of International Affairs, also known as Chatham House, a British think tank based in London, England. It's always London, isn't it? When you've got Freemasonry there, you got MI6, and you got something called the City of London, which is independent off of London, City of London, which is the Crown, which pretty much is the headquarters of this global conspiracy, or simply the old Roman Empire, which is a entirely different topic altogether. Its stated mission, it says, is to help governments and societies build a sustainable, secure, prosperous, and just world. Well, that's what they say. And before I continue, let me just point out that there are branches of this organization. They are far more powerful than the so-called World Economic Forum people talk about and Bilderberg people talk about. But you never hear even people who call themselves truthers ever talk about Chatham House. So you got in America, you got the Council of Foreign Relations. Then in Pakistan, for example, they've got their own Institute of International Affairs. And then you'll see here, if I show you in one of my screenshots, is that here, Chatham Houses have a colonial satellite. I can't even say that. Chatham House has a colonial satellite in each and every single country. All presidents and PMs get their orders from Chatham House. And there's an Iranian branch for those that are looking at what's going on with the Iran war. The Strategic Council of Foreign Relations is Chatham House colonial satellite in which Iran dictates every move of the Iranian government. Here is this old gentleman here, Said Kamal Horazi, is the president of the SCFR. Sounds a bit like CFR, don't it? The Council for Foreign Relations in the United States of America. On the left, he is at Chatham House. So that's what I'm showing you here. And while I'm still here, I don't know if I can get on Twitter. Hopefully I won't have any issues. Now this guy I believe is British. He does great work establishing the different networks that control what's going on in the world. Look at this. Chatham House meeting with Foreign Minister of Oman. And all these different partners that are with Chatham House. You have the Royal United Services Institute, the Hudson Institute. You have NATO. It's Chatham House there. You got all these different organizations. Now I don't want to go into all the different tweets concerning Chatham House, but I'm just giving you an example. It says, welcome to works under Chatham House Network and its members work at the top government positions. A Galton Institute, which was formerly known as the British Eugenics Society. That refers to depopulation, eugenics, the whole thing of eugenics. And look at this. Foreign Minister of Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, all called the Chatham House. And we also know, a long while back, even Russia spoke there. So let me just type it in here, Russia. Because people are asking the wrong questions, even people in the alternative media. They think, for some reason, there's a war going on between the US elites and the City of London. When they don't seem to realise both Donald Trump and the Iranian regime, they're both following orders from the same puppet masters. So there's no this versus that, this versus that versus this, or simply blue versus red, or red versus blue, or left versus right, conservative versus liberal, or MAGA versus the Islamic regime, and all this other thing. It is a total show, for those who don't understand. And Russia has their own branch called the was it the Russian International Institute of Affairs? I don't know if I said that right. Now there's other tweets were saying that Russia banned Chatham House, but despite that, people from Russia go to Chatham House every now and then. People of Russia have visited there, for those that are not aware. I mean, in Russia, they have their own branch, Russian International Affairs Council. Now, I want to get you something interesting here now. The reason why I've done this live, it concerns this lady here. Now, this lady is known as Brownwyn Maddox, CEO of Chatham House. Like the CFO, they have different directors or different directors or heads. Now, she's the current head. She used to be a journalist who gained some credibility by exposing the Robert Maxwell affair. Robert Maxwell being the father of the jailed Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, which is, again, don't want to go that rabbit hole. Now, I noticed her birthday was 7th of May, so I thought, okay. So the Iran War, as you know, started on February 28, 2026, and between that date and her birthday is 69 days. And from her last birthday, this one was talking about her next birthday. From her last birthday, it was a span of 42 weeks. So here is the head of Chatham House connected to this event, and they are connected to this event because their branch is in Iran, as I mentioned before, the SCFR. And in gematria, we see that the word Zionism equals 42, Freemason equals 42, Iran 42, War 42, staged events 42. And gematria, for those you don't know, is the practice of coding numbers into words, all the way going all the way back to 6th century BC. The idea that Kabbalah was created by using letters and numbers. Sorry, I'll explain that properly. I think I got myself muddled a bit. I'm a done streamer, I can't even get my words right. So yeah, so Kabbalah goes back to 6th century BC. It's the idea that God created the world using letters and numbers. At least that's what they believe. It's not necessarily the case that the world was created by letters and numbers. I personally don't think that is the case, but that's what they believe. Just my own personal opinion. So the Jesuit order equals 69, as I mentioned before, this 69 number there, 69 days of her birthday. 69 days to the next birthday when this Iran war started. Was going to continue. But before I go, here's something interesting. This is from the Daily Fail. I like to mock newspapers because I think half the time they just chat shit, if I'm being honest. It says that the bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match a rifle allegedly used by suspect Tyler Robinson in new court filing claims. Now, I'm not going to say too much because I once had a video of Charlie Kirk which had 9,000 hits and it was taken down by YouTube. But let's just say I don't believe the entire story of what really happened on that day. That's all I'm going to say. But you know what I'm saying. Let's just say this character was not you know what. It was staged. That's what you need to know. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it day. I can't stay too long because I've got my own stuff to do.